Have you ever imagined getting rid of depression without relying on medication? It may seem impossible, but science has been showing that diet could be the key to transforming mental health. And believe it or not, the solution could lie in meat. Yes, the carnivore diet has been helping people around the world regain mental clarity, reduce anxiety, and even stop using antidepressants. But why is no one talking about this? Today, you will discover 5 surprising secrets linking meat to emotional well-being, including the impact of carbohydrates on anxiety, how meat improves sleep, and even real stories of healing. So stay tuned until the end because this might be the information that will change your life. The role of nutrition in mental health. What are we ignoring? For decades, we've been told that a diet rich in vegetables, whole grains, and little fat was the secret to a healthy life. But what if this narrative was wrong? Recent studies show that excess carbohydrates cause sharp spikes and drops in blood sugar, leading to mood instability, irritability, and anxiety. Have you noticed how you feel after eating a meal full of sugar or bread? This roller coaster effect on the body also happens in the brain, worsening depressive symptoms. And the worst part, most people don't make this connection. Now, let's talk about neurotransmitters, the true regulators of our mental well-being. Serotonin, the hormone of pleasure and relaxation, and dopamine, responsible for motivation, need specific nutrients to be produced. And guess where we find these nutrients? In animal proteins. Red meat, eggs, and fish are rich sources of tryptophan, tyrosine, vitamin B12, and heme iron, essential elements for the brain's chemical balance. But why is no one talking about this? Simple, the food and pharmaceutical industries make billions from anxiety and depression treatments, while the solution could be on your plate. Now, stop and think, what would happen if you swapped that meal full of processed carbs for a juicy, nutritious steak? Your brain would finally have the right elements to function at its best. In the next topic, let's talk about something that directly affects your mental health and is often overlooked: sleep. Did you know that what you eat could be causing your insomnia? Insomnia and mental health. How the carnivore diet can be the solution. Have you ever spent nights tossing and turning, unable to sleep, and woke up the next day irritated, tired, and with a foggy mind? Well, sleep deprivation doesn't only affect the body, but it also impacts mental health. Studies like those by Dr. Paul Saladino, author of the Carnivore Code, show that nutritional deficiencies are directly linked to insomnia. Minerals like magnesium and zinc, along with vitamins B6 and D, are essential for melatonin production, the hormone that regulates sleep. The problem? Many modern diets are deficient in these nutrients, while a meat-based diet provides everything the brain needs to relax and fall into deep sleep. And here's the most interesting part. Animal protein plays a crucial role in sleep regulation. According to the Carnivore Diet by Dr. Sean Baker, meat contains amino acids like glycine and tryptophan, which promote relaxation and lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone. Unlike carbohydrates, which mess with insulin levels and cause nighttime awakenings, the carnivore diet stabilizes hormones and improves sleep quality. If you've tried everything to sleep better but still consume carbs at dinner, you might be making a fatal mistake. Now, imagine the impact of good nights of sleep on your life. More energy, mental clarity, less irritability. All of this can be achieved by something as simple as changing what you put on your plate. But it doesn't stop here. In the next topic, let's talk about one of the biggest villains of depression: inflammation. Did you know that certain foods inflame the brain and worsen depression symptoms? Inflammation and depression. Meat as a natural antidote? If you suffer from depression, have you ever stopped to think that the problem could lie in the inflammation of your brain? According to Dr. Benjamin Bickman in the book Why We Get Sick, many mental illnesses are linked to chronic inflammation caused by the excessive consumption of refined carbohydrates and processed vegetable oils. These foods elevate blood glucose levels, leading to insulin resistance and promoting neuroinflammation, a determining factor for anxiety, depression, and even neurodegenerative diseases. The worst part? Most people don't even realize they're consuming these foods daily. The good news is that the carnivore diet can be a powerful solution to reduce this inflammation. As shown in studies shared in the Carnivore Cure by Judy Cho, red meat and animal fat contain natural anti-inflammatory properties. The omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish like salmon and sardines work directly to reduce brain inflammation. In addition, the saturated fat in beef and butter helps stabilize cell membranes and optimize neuronal function. The result? less oxidative stress, and a healthier brain. Now, think with me. If cutting out these inflammatory foods and prioritizing meats can reduce brain inflammation, why do we keep hearing that we should avoid them? The answer might lie in the influence of the food and pharmaceutical industries, which have no interest in promoting natural solutions. But this raises another important question. What does your gut have to do with your mood? In the next topic, let's talk about how the gut-brain connection might be the key to your emotional stability. Carnivore diet and the gut, the key to stable mood? Have you ever heard that the gut is the second brain? This is not just a metaphor. Studies shared by Dr. David Perlmutter in the book Brainmaker show that around 90% of serotonin, the neurotransmitter of well-being, is produced in the gut. This means that any imbalance in the gut microbiota can directly affect your mood, increasing the risks of depression and anxiety. The problem? Diets rich in grains, sugars, and vegetables full of anti-nutrients like oxalates and phytates harm the gut flora and inflame the digestive tract. The carnivore diet, on the other hand, can restore this microbiota. According to the Carnivore Code by Dr. Paul Saladino, removing insoluble fibers and problematic vegetables can alleviate intestinal inflammation and improve the absorption of essential nutrients for the brain. Additionally, animal protein provides collagen and amino acids crucial for the health of the intestinal barrier, preventing leaky gut syndrome, a condition that can trigger depression symptoms. Want a practical example? Many reports on the Meat Health website show that people with chronic digestive issues experienced drastic improvements in mood after adopting the carnivore diet. Now, stop and think. Could that constant feeling of fatigue and lack of motivation you feel be linked to what's going on in your gut? If your diet isn't helping your microbiota, it might be destroying your emotional balance. But does science back all of this up? In the next topic, we will talk about the latest studies and real cases of people who got rid of depression simply by changing their diet. Studies and real experiences. Who cured their depression with the carnivore diet? Science has already started to recognize the impact of diet on mental health. A study published on Psychology Today showed that diets rich in animal proteins and low in carbohydrates can significantly reduce depression and anxiety symptoms. Additionally, researchers from Zero Carb Health documented cases of people who managed to stop using antidepressants after adopting the carnivore diet. This happens because meat provides all the essential nutrients for the brain's functioning, without the inflammatory elements found in vegetables and processed products. Want a real example? Dr. Shawn Baker, author of The Carnivore Diet, shares countless stories of individuals whose lives completely changed after eliminating carbohydrates and focusing on consuming meat. People who had spent years struggling with depression, mood swings, and lack of energy report feeling an impressive increase in mental clarity and well-being after just a few weeks on the carnivore diet. On the Carnivore Diet website, there are stories of individuals who freed themselves from psychiatric medication dependence just by making this dietary change. And now I ask you, if so many people around the world are transforming their lives just by adjusting their diet, why isn't this more widely shared? Could it be that the current health model prefers to treat symptoms instead of addressing the root cause? The answer may surprise you. But before we finish, let's tie all this information together and show you the next steps to recover your mental health through nutrition. The connection between diet and mental health is undeniable. The carnivore diet offers a natural and powerful approach to reduce inflammation, balance neurotransmitters, and restore mental energy. Studies and real-life stories show that eliminating carbohydrates and focusing on animal proteins can be a game-changer for those struggling with depression. If you've tried everything and still haven't found a solution, maybe it's time to take a look at what's on your plate. If this video was helpful to you, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more practical and valuable content. Hit the bell to make sure you don't miss the next tips to improve your health. I've pinned a link in the comments with suggestions for vitamins, minerals, and supplements that can make all the difference in your health and well-being. Watch the suggested video, where I bring exclusive content and essential tips for those who want to transform their health from the inside out. Take advantage of these tips and discover how small adjustments in your diet and routine can yield great benefits.